Howdy, I'm Jackson McCalmont, and today we're going to be talking about algae biofuel. And I know all of you are like, no, algae's gross, it's slimy. Yes, it is. However, we're going to talk about it anyways because there have been some crazy developments in this field. Now, it started back in 1950s, and it got a huge surge in the 1970s during the energy crisis, when everyone's like, oh no, I need to have something to power my car in a few years when fossil fuels are gone. And so they did a lot of research on it, but they really just couldn't make any advancements. So the DOE was like, it's not financially viable to keep running. Let's just shut it down. However, now with gaseous CO2 emissions like coming in hot and everyone's looking for a different, cleaner source of energy, it is now surging back. And so let's look at how algae is made first. Well, look at this. We got unicellular algae and multicellular algae, which is really cool. But they all take water, and they all have chloroplasts. You know what that means, guys? Photosynthesis. Let's go. We just learned about that. We have the sun coming in, getting some crazy light rays, getting some CO2 coming in, maybe from me and you, I don't know. And then they're doing the photosynthesis with their water, and they're putting out oxygen in this water, putting out oxygen coming out of the water. So it's awesome. So they all have chloroplasts. They're all doing photosynthesis. Move it over here. They all make oils, too. And so we take these oils, and this is how it's made, how the biofuel is made. And so it is called it's a chemical conversion process using triglycerides and alcohol, and it's called transesterification. And so what happens is that a catalyst will come and take that, and it will hydrolyze, and it will methylize this fatty acid right here and make it fuel. Like, here's the fuel. This is what we're looking for. This is what we're hunting for. But what's this down here? Well, we have some extra stuff because, this is fatty acids, It's not just fatty acids in here. We also got carbohydrates and proteins. So we're going to make some feed. We can make some nutraceuticals. So many different uses here. Biodiesel produced from algae through conventional transesterification is commonly known as third-generation biofuel. Second and third-generation biofuels are often referred to as advanced biofuels, as really their production techniques and pathways are kind of still, they're really still in the research and development phase because of the lack of technology or skill to produce them at a commercial level. However, scientists aren't even sure if this particular biofuel is better for the environment, as the majorities of the studies conclude that right now, at the present state of development, algae biodiesel has a higher life cycle greenhouse gas emission than that of fossil diesel. So that's something that they definitely have to take care of before they produce it commercially, And the main reason for these higher emission stages include lower algae yield and higher energy use in the cultivation, harvesting, and drying stages. In fact, the harvesting and dewatering part of this process is up to 70% of the capital costs. And I know you're like, Jackson, that's crazy. All of this is free. Well, it takes a lot of water and a lot of heat for these algae cells to get their fill, meaning you're going to lose a lot of water evaporation. Now, the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory created hydrothermal liquefaction. Don't worry, I'm going to break it down. You take this algae cell, put it right here under supreme heat and supreme pressure, kind of like petroleum, and you're going to get so much more fuel in a shorter amount of time, but you're going to lose all of this feed and nutraceuticals in that process. And it's only done on small scales right now, but they're hoping to commercialize it in the future. In order to raise awareness of this project, National Renewable Energy Laboratory is developing technologies and helping prepare a new generation workforce to enable the commercialization of algae biofuels. After doing a full day's worth of research, I know it's a lot, I have decided that we're going to get rid of this part. And I'm sorry, that hurts, but this is just such a more effective way. And so I say we move more of our research and development costs into hydrothermal liquefaction, and we get more biofuel out of it, but we're not going to get any of that. My plan for action would be to talk to the local landowners with a body of water on their spot and talk to them about algae and see if we can run some tests, see if we can find a way to increase and encourage algae growth a little bit faster, and maybe experiment with a lack of water or something like that and just see how they react. Thank you. I'm Jackson McCalmont, and I've hoped you enjoyed this presentation. I know I have.
I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold.